That's who we are.
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol. You really think so? No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Hi, Sean Callahan here, and I've got some great news for you. Copple Chevrolet GMC is proud to be the #1 fastest growing GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln metros. Copple is also celebrating its 50th anniversary. We want to say thank you to all of our customers that have helped us reach these milestones. So come see why so many customers, including myself, are choosing Copple Chevrolet GMC for their automotive needs. Please check us out at copplecars.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Welcome to Outside the Box on 93.7 The Ticket. Lace up your skates and join Lincoln Stars head coach Rocky Russo and play-by-play voice Alex Ferd as they introduce you to special player guests and give you the latest news and results from across the USHL. Here are your hosts, Rocky Russo and Alex Ferd.
Oh, it's another week. It's another great weather day here in the capital of our great state of Nebraska. It's cooled down. It's not as humid as it was. I mean, we missed a lot of the hot weather because we were in Cedar Rapids. But welcome in to another episode of Outside the Box on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Alexander Fern here with you. Rocky Russo is joining me as well. Rocky, since the last time we've talked, your Red Sox have unfortunately faltered, but still, I'm sure you're enjoying watching the Blue Jays beat up the first two games against the Bronx Bombers, and then Game 3, of course, happening later tonight.
The Buckeyes won again, in case anybody was wondering, and only gave up, again, single-digit points, just in case anybody's checking. So they're a lot of fun to watch, and I was not expecting the results of the first two games of the ALDS to go the way that they have. I know Toronto obviously has a really good team. The Yankees clearly are having some pitching issues. Game 3 will be interesting. I suspect that the young stud goes back to the bump for the Yankees. That might have been, and I've been openly a Red Sox fan on this show for a number of years. I was actually rooting for him to get the 11th strikeout because I didn't think he was going to come back for the 8th. and I was like, this is one of the most incredible pitching performances, playoff pitching performances by a rookie that you're ever going to see. And he goes 8. He's got 11 strikeout, 12 strikeouts, right? Like he's in the Yankee history book as one of the most impressive pitching performances. And the kid started the year in Double-A baseball. Yep. Like sometimes you just have to tip your hat to a really impressive athletic performance and achievement. And despite the fact that it didn't go the way I was hoping for the Sox, and the young guy for Boston pitched really well too, and then they decided they weren't going to field for him there in the inning where they scored 4. But that was a pretty good series, and I am a little shocked to see that series the way it is. A little shocked to see that Philly loses 2 at home and now has to go back to LA. I know obviously that Dodger team is pretty studly, but I watch more Phillies baseball than I probably care to admit, because my father-in-law is a diehard Philly fan and my wife's from there. And so I do track them pretty closely, but surprised to see them down 0-2 the way they are. And some of the other series have been fun. But the playoffs, baseball playoffs to this point have been pretty intriguing.
And the Phillies had a shot last night, too. They had Castellanos at second with nobody out, down 1 against the Dodgers. And then I think it was Kepler put down a bad bunt down the third base line, and they fielded it. It was a great play by, I think it was Muncy and Betts back to each other. But, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, you got to execute in those moments.
Yep.
But, you can't get swept at home in a 5-game series. It just can't happen. And, there's a benefit to that bye. And it's also can be a curse at times. If you're playing hot baseball, which the Dodgers have been pretty dominant in the first series there, and then you get to throw the freak on the mound in game 1. Like, he is crazy to watch pitch, because when you first watch him, you're like, oh, they just like brought this center fielder in because they're out of pitchers. And then he just throws 101 mile an hour gas. And like, he's got 5 different pitches. And then he goes to the plate and he hits a home run the next inning. Like, I mean, it's Babe Ruth in real time, which is pretty impressive to watch. But granted, they got all the money in the world and they spend it wisely, and they're good. So it's going to continue to be really good baseball. And you got to love October from that perspective. You've got baseball playoffs. You've got the NFL in full swing. You've got college football in full swing. Hockey starts tonight.
Yes, the NHL drops the puck tonight.
We get to watch my favorite team, the Pittsburgh Penguins, get to play against Mike Sullivan, former head coach of the Penguins, and Noah Laba slotting in as the third center for the New York Rangers. Just 4 years ago, he was playing in Lincoln here for the Lincoln Stars, and tonight you can turn on ESPN and you can watch Noah Laba play for the New York Rangers. Pretty impressive 4 years for Lobs. He had an incredible college career, and he goes out and dominates training camp. He's their best player the entire training camp. He's got a point a game, and he makes the team. So really proud of Noah, and so fun to watch him continue to develop and grow.
That's the crazy thing that I had through my years of calling college hockey, is he was at Colorado College, which was pretty much at that point really Lincoln Stars West, with the amount of stars that you guys sent to Colorado Springs with him and Barikov, Aremyev, Stanley Cooley was there for a bit. Laba, we just mentioned. I mean,
Dunbar was there. Tony was there.
Klavs Vainbergs.
Yeah, Klavs is there now. And between them and Minnesota Duluth, those are the 2 places that seem to really enjoy their Lincoln Stars. And so we're always happy to see everybody succeed, and we'll send them anywhere. Just we want to send them where they're wanted. And, the staff at CC and the staff at Duluth have been after those guys. And, you open the door and you give them the opportunity to recruit your players.
And thankfully, I can add St. Cloud State to that list. Tanner Hendricks, his first NCAA game, getting 2 assists for the St. Cloud State Huskies against the University of St. Thomas.
Yeah, I love the staff at St. Cloud, and RJ Enga and I go way back.
He was a Colorado College player too.
Yeah, but he was an assistant in Topeka when I was an assistant in Amarillo in the early 2009, 2010, that era. And I was in St. Louis, I think, actually, even before Amarillo. And so, we go way back. He's just such a great guy. And Lars and Reuter, they're good people. You're happy to send your players on to coaching staffs like that, where they're going to take good care of them, and they have the best interest of the player and the person at heart.
I was looking earlier today, just looking at the amount of people, like a lot of Lincoln Stars that have made the NHL. Of course, the big one that made it when I was a kid, and now, of course, has found himself carving a nice role with the New Jersey Devils. Paul Cotter on their roster again.
This made me feel so old. Paul Cotter, like
2017-18
Paul
season.
Cotter play like peewee hockey.
Played with the Brookings Blizzard in the Null.
Yeah, I remember. I was coaching at that time. It would have been nice if you said David Backus or something, but he was playing here probably before you were born. So
that's kind of the funniest thing about me getting this gig, is it's slowly people realizing that I'm only 22 years old. Like, I was born in 2003.
Yeah, I've got socks older than you. But I listen, 2003 was a good birth year for a lot of players that came through here in the last couple years. I coached 03s here.
Yeah.
Right. So the birth year that I started with was 85s.
Oh, geez.
And I'm an 82. So, those guys were just 3 years younger than me my first year coaching. So I went from 85s to I've got 08s on the team this year. So I've been around the block a time or two, I guess you could say. But it's great because those 85s and 90s and 95s and 2000, they all have families and kids now, and they're doing great work, and we're really happy for them.
We're gonna have a couple of young bucks on the show in the second half as well, with John Hirschfeld and Brady Sloper coming up later in the show. But I do want to talk about college football in general. Of course, you're a big Ohio State fan, Rocky. There's no questioning that. I think on our way back home from Cedar Rapids, I think you had the Minnesota Ohio State game recorded and you were watching it on the bus ride back.
Well, that's the beauty of YouTube TV.
Oh,
all the games are right there for me, and I can start them over when I get on the bus and I'm in a bad mood because we lost the game we should have won. And I don't have to watch that game again.
Yeah.
I get to watch the football game, and
was it 43-2 or like 48-3 or whatever the final score was?
It was a good game. It was a good game. But I think people here in Lincoln now know, like, don't talk about the game because I haven't checked it. I don't know what's happened. I actually skipped a post-game interview last year when we played Oregon the first time.
Okay.
And I didn't want anybody to tell me about it. So I literally sent Art up to do the post-game interview, and I went right out the back door. And Taylor Wyatt, who's a good friend of mine, he's a billet, and he waited the appropriate time. And then he goes, "Sorry, buddy," because they lost 31-30, and they ended up just falling short of the first down and running out of time. And everybody knew what the score was. And
was that the game where Howard ran a QB scramble and then slid down? Okay,
yeah. And we got our revenge. It's all good.
Yeah, you won the national championship. I consider that revenge. That probably beats me biting my nails in the Cedar Rapids press box about Nebraska and Michigan State on Saturday afternoon. But
big win for the Huskers, though, right? Especially because they up by 2 touchdowns, kind of let it slip away and then find their way back. That's the win that they've kind of been looking for the last 2 years.
I was listening to Early Break on the way to the office this morning at the Icebox, and I think I heard Steve Sipple say something along the lines of, in the past, Nebraska has found a way to lose those kinds of games, but now it looks like they're being able to find ways to win football games.
I think we were talking about this before we came on air. Like, I think Matt is awesome, and I know Bo Pelini. He's obviously from Ohio, where I'm from, and when I got here, there wasn't much of a relationship with the Stars in the football program. We reached out a couple times, we didn't get anything back, and then Matt got here, and bang, like he was responsive. He brought, now 3 times they've brought their players over to the rink. And
I think we had Raiola at the Icebox last year, right?
We had him there for a game, but the stuff that you don't see is, like, we've had all the offensive linemen on the ice in the morning, learning how to skate and play and have some fun and some team bonding stuff. And, Matt and his coaching staff come out last year, and they're at the game. He drops the puck, and he could have just left, right? Nobody would have questioned it. He stayed the whole game. He was participating in the intermission stuff. He's having a couple pops with the fans. He's signing autographs. He's just like, he's so personable, and you can't help but want to root for a guy like that. And I had no connection to Cornhusker football before I moved to Lincoln, aside from the fact that I'm from the same hometown as Bo Pelini. But I love to see them win. I love to see good things happening for them. I love to see them win a game like that against Michigan State and start to get it going in the right direction. I'll always cheer against them when they play the Buckeyes, but that'll be the only game that I cheer against them. And I'll have a real conflict on this radio show if they ever end up playing in the Big Ten championship game. But I think that'd be a happy problem for everybody here in the radio studio if that's the case.
And with Husker athletics also, I feel like when teams are doing good, specifically football, basketball, volleyball, when those big 3 are all doing really good things, it livens up downtown a lot. It livens up the campus a lot. And that's, part of where we are at the Icebox. We're right across from the Devaney Sports Center. We're doing a college night actually this Friday, 2 for $6 Busch Lights and PBR Tall Boys. Come down to the Icebox. It'll be a great night. We're taking on the Madison Capitals. It'll be Great night, 7:05 puck drop. Get your tickets, LincolnStars.com, or by visiting our box office. But and this is, I feel like Lincoln, I mean, after me being away for 4 years in St. Cloud, Minnesota, which is a college hockey town, like they don't have college football. They cut that program the year before I got there. This, more than any other town that I visited, and I've been to Ann Arbor, Michigan to call hockey games. I've been there, on Fridays before they have a football game. I feel like this place downtown, specifically Lincoln, lives or dies with its athletic programs more than anything that I've ever experienced. And I don't know how it is with Ohio State, so I can't speak on that. But in your experience, like you said, you've been around the block a few times. Have you seen anything kind of different about this place rather than anywhere else?
This is definitely a college town. It's an awesome college town. It's a great place to raise your family. I've got 3 kids in this town, and we love the people, we love the schools, and the experience living here has been fantastic. And so, I think that the University of Nebraska is the heartbeat of the city of Lincoln, but in the same breath, like, this is just such a great place to live.
Mhm.
And if you uprooted the college and took it away, this would still be a great place to live. There's no question about it. But I think what makes it special and unique and fun is how passionate the people here are about the Huskers. And, there hasn't been a national championship here for football in a really long time.
1997.
And there's still 400 plus sellouts in a row. The volleyball program was really the biggest surprise to me. Those guys don't know where they're going. The 2 players that are coming on.
Sloper and Herschel just walked right past the window.
So the volleyball program really was the biggest surprise to me when I moved here. I didn't really grasp how popular volleyball was here. Not just the University of Nebraska volleyball, but volleyball in general. And they go hand in hand, obviously. Like all the girls in my daughter's first grade class play volleyball. And I don't think my daughter could even hit the ball. That's not her thing. But that's just that they see that. And I think that's a big part of the sports culture here in this community now. And the basketball, like 2 years ago, they were really good. And you've got a former NBA head coach as your basketball head coach. Like, things are going in the right direction on so many levels. And that starts here, by the way, with Derek and the ticket and what they do to create NIL opportunities and the things they're doing for the athletes at the university. There's so much going on behind the scenes to help build up the athletic programs in this community. I think it's for the best interest of the entire city and community. And I take my hat off to that. And I hope that we could have that same type of support for Lincoln Stars hockey long-term here in Lincoln, because obviously we're, over the next 5 or 6 years, we need to build a new arena. And this is year number 30 for the Stars. And it's great. We get to see, Noah Laba make his NHL debut tonight. And there's going to be some other guys that playing in the American Hockey League that are going to creep their way into the NHL, Aiden Thompson and Gleb Veremyev amongst them. And so we want to keep Lincoln Stars hockey here in Lincoln long-term. And if we could build a beautiful new arena that can be a multi-purpose type facility where we can, maybe host the smaller concerts. Obviously, you don't want to take away from what they do at Pinnacle, but we could do some other things and have a great home for the Lincoln Stars for the next 30 years. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, I fully agree with you. I mean, like I said, I grew up here, so I feel like more than anything, it's cool to see everybody rally around everybody. By the way, the Yankees did just post their lineup for tonight. Carlos Rodon is their pitcher for tonight's contest in a must-win Game 3.
Interesting. I would have went with the young buck, but
Cam Schlittler.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not
Aaron Boone,
or Cashman. Cashman's been there for how many years now?
Great question.
I don't know. When's the last time they won a World Series? 2012?
2010, I believe it was. Brian Cashman has been with the Yankees since 98 when he was senior vice president. So
98.
98. That's when I was born.
Seinfeld era.
27 years. right?
Yeah.
That's a long time, and 15 years since the New York Yankees won a World Series. That's a long time. So I'd be feeling some pressure if I was those guys. But I mean, I'm sure that Paul Skeens will be on the bump there pretty soon anyway. So that'll excite all the Yankees fans. So that'll be interesting. See if they can win a must-win Game 3.
They are also stacking a lot of lefties against a guy that has a lot of reverse splits that's going for the Blue Jays in tonight's contest in the form of Shane Bieber. So that's.
I think Shane Bieber, former Cleveland Indian. I think that the Yankees have gone way too much to analytics, in my opinion. I mean, they sat Jazz Chisholm in the first game of the first series. I mean, I think at some point you just let your big guns play and you don't worry about matchups.
Well, they did let their big guns play, and then Aaron Judge struck out on a pitch in the other batter's box with the bases loaded the other night. So,
well, that's why he's not the GOAT yet. I think you can rewind and watch last week's episode, and no, he's been better this playoff, but
we should
he
just
doesn't
do it.
seem to hit when there's guys on base.
We should just do like a flashback section on every show where it's just Rocky's intuition, where it's just one thing that happens the previous week, highlight of what happened that week that he said was going to happen, and then just the next episode where he says he's right.
Well, as long as we keep losing hockey games, I'm going to keep talking about baseball and everything else. So hopefully next week we could talk a little bit more about the Lincoln Stars. Although I thought we played really good hockey this past weekend. Unfortunately, we made a couple mistakes, and those mistakes cost us the game. But we were head and shoulders better this past weekend than we were the weekend before, and I think there's really good things coming for the Stars.
And I think your fans noticed that. Ryan P. on the text line says, just got to trust the process for Nebraska football like Stars fans are trusting the Rocky Russo process. Go Stars. And 0460 says, just wanted to say I was impressed with the boys all going to shake Coach Carlson's hand after setting the USHL wins record last Friday.
You know what? That was, I thought that was really important for our guys to do. Mark has been in this league since 1999, since obviously before you were born, when you were one. None of these players were born yet, and I was still in high school. And so to be on the other bench, I didn't want to be on the other bench. I told him that. I said, I have nothing but great respect for you and congratulations. And I said, I was really hoping this was going to be a text message or a phone call and not in person. But Mark has been an ambassador for the USHL for 26 years. And he's the longest tenured coach. Ironically, I am the second longest tenured coach.
I found that out. I was doing
Isn't that ridiculous?
Yeah, I was looking up my weekly prep, and I'm just like, okay, well, I just want to do the math here. Who are the longest tenured coaches? And I'm like, okay, well, Noreen's no longer with Tri-City.
Everyone's
He's
gone.
in Miami. I'm like, it's Rocky Russo.
It is Rocky Russo, and
you've been here since 21, if I remember correctly,
there
right?
were 7 new coaches the year that I came in, and 6 of them are all gone already. Either fired or on to different jobs or what have you. But yes, it is me in year 5, which is crazy because 10 years ago you could not get a job in this league. It was impossible. And to see the shift over the last couple years and how much it's changed, I think it's good for hockey because there's more guys that are getting opportunities at the college level, at the pro level. It had always been the players, and the coaches had such a hard time breaking in, and then you had guys like Jimmy Montgomery and guys like John Cooper and
even Brett Larson with St. Cloud State too.
Brett Larson, Pat Ferschweiler, Derek Lalonde. All those guys coached in this league at one point or another. Billy McCult. They're all either coaching Division I college hockey, they're coaching pro hockey. A couple of those guys are NHL head coaches, have been assistants, whatever. So you see them moving on, and now more and more guys are getting opportunities to coach in this league. And so it was, long story short, it was humbling to be on the wrong end of it on Friday. I actually said to our staff before we left, I go, I'm okay with him setting the record if we win on Friday and lose in the shootout on Saturday. Obviously it didn't come out that way, but I thought we played really good hockey this weekend.
Yes.
I think if we play like that more often than not, we're going to win an awful lot of hockey games.
When did you find out that you were the second longest tenured coach in this league?
I mean, I knew. I knew who I came in with, right? And so it was Mark, and then Anthony, Noreen, and then there was a huge shakeup. once Luke Strand left to City, then you had like Scott Langer came into Fargo, Matt Smaby came into Waterloo.
Nick Oliver also, I think, went through Fargo a little bit too.
He was only 1 year.
Yeah.
He came in when Scott left, and then he left to Wisconsin. And then Matt Curley was in Des Moines. So Curley, Smaby, me, a bunch of guys all came in, 7 new head coaches in that 1 year, and they've all rolled over already. And I'm the only one left. And so now you've got a new head coach in all those places. Obviously, last year, Smaby and Curley were still here. Smaby left, Curley moved on. And so I'm the only one left from that 21 class. And, after Noreen took the Miami job, that was it. So, I don't know if I want to be here for 21 years. I guess we'll find out. But I certainly do love Lincoln, and my wife and my kids love Lincoln. And my daughter actually said if we ever move, we have to take the house with us. I'm not sure how that really works, but so they're happy here. And so let's get that rink built, and let's have Lincoln Stars hockey here in Lincoln for 30 more years.
Yeah, Stars hockey again will be in action this Friday at 7:05 against the Madison Capitals. 2 for 6 Busch Light and PBR Tall Boys this Friday. Rocky, thank you for joining the first half of the show. We're going to take a break. When we come back, John Hirschfeld and Brady Sloper right here on The Ticket.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting lincolnteammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Hey, Husker fans, Max 10 is turning up the excitement this season. They're giving away a pair of Husker volleyball tickets, and every time you tan, you're entered to win. Experience the 2025 season tour, featuring high-pressure tanning, rejuvenating red light therapy, and flawless spray tanning, all for just $20.25. Look good, feel amazing, and cheer on the Lady Huskers in style. Max Tan, take it to the max.
Join LES at 6 p.m. Thursday, October 9th at the LES Operations Center to learn about the utilities' proposed 2026 budget and electric rates, and share your input at the annual public meeting. Learn more at les.com.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at gainatrucking.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mostly sunny skies and light winds. High around 67. Tonight, clear skies and light and variable winds. Below around 45. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies with a light breeze. Afternoon high near 69. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through October 12th, enjoy 6-ounce USDA choice bacon wrap filet mignon for $9.99 each. 10-pound tubes of 85% lean ground beef, $4.99 per pound. All natural, thick-cut, bone-in pork chops, $1.99 per pound. And Miller Lite or Coors Light, 24 packs, $17.99 each when you buy 2. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here, and I've got some great news for you. Koppel Chevrolet GMC is proud to be the #1 fastest growing GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln metros. Koppel is also celebrating its 50th anniversary. We want to say thank you to all of our customers that have helped us reach these milestones. So come see why so many customers, including myself, are choosing Koppel Chevrolet GMC for their automotive needs. Please check us out at koppelcars.com.
Imagine hitting rewind on your life 10, even 20 years. With testosterone therapy from Limitless Male, you can turn back the aging clock and get your edge, energy, and confidence back. If you've lost your drive, sleep deprived, muscle loss, belly fat, irritable, you're not the guy you once were. Get your T levels checked at Limitless Male. More and more men are realizing hormone replacement can turn back the clock. Schedule your free consult at limitlessmale.com.
Intermission is over. Get back on the ice with Outside the Box on 93.7 The Ticket. Here is your host, Alex Ferd.
Let's keep rolling along here on Outside the Box on this Tuesday evening, mid-afternoon. Oh, it's the evening. Everybody's driving home right now. Alexander Fern here with you. We got 2 special player guests for the final hour of Outside the Box this week. John Hirschfeld is the kid with the backwards cap over there all the way on the far side. Then we've got Brady Sloper here as well. Guys, how are we doing this week?
Doing great. Yeah, it's been a good week so far. Yeah, excited to be here.
Good. Hirsch?
Yeah, definitely. Turn it around this week after last weekend. So
yeah, Hirsch, you got a goal this week though, so you're feeling pretty good. First one of the year
hopefully
for you.
A couple more this weekend.
Second one in the USHL, if my memory serves.
Yes, that is correct.
You've had a weird last 365 days of hockey because you started with the Stars last year, then you went back to be with St. Cloud Cathedral in high school hockey, made the state tournament there. Then you went to the North American League in, is it Austin? You went with the Bruins?
Yes.
Jeez, that was a lot of frequent flyer miles for you, huh?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, Austin's a good spot, but love it here in Lincoln. So glad to be back.
Yeah, and Brady, you've already endured yourself as a fan favorite. You got the first fight out of the way this season.
Yeah. No, my dad sent me the clip a week or 2 ago.
Okay.
Proust saying I was gonna get the first fight.
Okay.
That was pretty funny, and then
that was the funniest thing. I'm asking those two, Lane and Lane Loomer and William Proust, saying who's going to be the first fight, and they both immediately say your name. And it happened behind the play, if I remember correctly, when we were playing against Sioux Falls, because the play was coming towards where I usually am in the press box. And I look behind, and I'm like, oh, the gloves have dropped behind the play, and then I look up and I see, oh, that's number 5. Oh, all right. Well, that ought to work best. How are you enjoying Lincoln so far? Of course, Hirsch was here a little bit last year, but how have you enjoyed the city so far?
Yeah, no, I love it. Like, it's such an amazing area. It's so fun, honestly. This has been some of the most fun times I've had. All the guys are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's so fun hanging out after practice, just going out to eat. So many spots around here, so I love it. Yeah.
How different is it than North Andover, though?
Way different. North Andover, a lot of woods.
Okay.
It's way different, but I love it out here.
Is it so? Is there a southeast and west Andover, or is it just?
There's Andover and North
Andover. Okay, so all right. So but there's a specific line drawn between them. Okay. All right. I'm just making sure on that. Hirsch, you got to be here for part of the beginning of the season last year, of course, before you went back, finished your last year of high school with St. Cloud Cathedral. this season, a little bit of adversity that we faced since the beginning of the season. Last year, of course, an Anderson Cup trophy. And I don't want to say that you're a quote unquote huge veteran per se, because we have guys that were born in 2005. You yourself, you're a little bit older than other guys as well. Of course, Brady was one of the aforementioned 08s that Rocky Russo was talking about earlier, and then of course you a little bit younger yourself. What has kind of been different about the guys in the locker room this year and trying to keep everything together going into the full stretch of the season?
Yeah, definitely just trying to keep it positive and
Mhm.
whatnot, and once we get out of this little hump that we have, and kind of just look at it as a little stepping stone and kind of fundamental into leading us into the end of the season, and kind of know how to get past this
Mhm.
and stuff like that, so it doesn't happen later on.
Coach also mentioned that he thought, and this is also a me thing too, I thought you guys played miles and miles better this past weekend than you guys had the first couple of weeks. Did it feel like that as well when you guys were on the bench and on the ice?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that second game, it seemed like we were kind of dominating the whole game, and we went over film today with it, and we kind of had it in our hand and just slipped away.
Did it feel like it took you guys a little bit to get your feet under you? Because like they had that whole pregame ceremony about their head coach breaking the wins record, which of course you got to celebrate that. But I mean, they scored 2 goals in the first 3.5 minutes of that contest. Did you feel like it was a little bit, taking your guys' taking a little while to get your guys' feet under you?
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say, but
Okay.
I mean, definitely was a little weird having that before the game, but
I'm sure
it's kind
people
of always just kind of going to be a little bit ready. But
I'm sure Sioux Falls probably said the same thing when we did our whole opening night announcements as well.
Exactly.
How have you, Brady? You got to experience a star drop for the first time, our first home game. How'd you enjoy that?
Oh, that was crazy. Just all the whole late show going
Yeah.
on, the music. Yeah, it was insane. I've
Did-
never been a part of something.
Did any of the guys ever did they warn you? Did they tell you about it at all? Or
No, honestly, no. I mean, I kind of got a glimpse of it at main camp when they did it. They brought us all to the ice box. The ice
Okay.
was out, but they kind of did the star drop. There's some music going.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was kind of it though. I wasn't really expecting that.
Hirsch got to experience it a little bit last year. What were your thoughts about it once you first got to experience it?
yeah, definitely. I was thinking, I mean, that's one of the best, if not the best, intros of junior hockey. It's a great intro, and I love it. Sweet.
What's the worst one you guys experienced?
Probably, well, in the Null Bismarck Bobcats. it
What
takes
do they
forever.
do?
I don't know. Well, they just have a whole ceremony. It takes about 30 minutes. It feels like standing on the blue line for forever.
You didn't play. You haven't played a lot of junior hockey, of course. But is there any weird? I don't know. I don't know how high school hockey works out east per se, because I went to school the same city that John's from in St. Cloud. I went to St. Cloud State, and I only really am familiar with what Minnesota high school hockey is. What's it like out east?
Yeah, no, I would say it's kind of similar. So I went to a prep school, so it's
Okay.
It's not just kids from one town or area. It's kids from kind of all over Mass. So it's honestly kind of similar to normal high school, except ours was all boys actually.
Okay.
But yeah, no, the hockey, it was great out there. All the guys were amazing. It's not too different than like say Minnesota high school hockey or whatever. It's just people from different areas,
In Belmont Hill School?
Yes.
Okay. How many kids was it like? Did you have classes? Is that
Yeah.
okay?
It was like 80 kids per class.
Okay.
Yeah. So I had like 80 in my sophomore.
I'm just curious. I'm not familiar with how this stuff works. Like the closest thing I've come to experience is probably Shattuck, St. Mary's in the cities, probably, and that's a little different. I mean, Hirsch went to a Catholic school in St. Cloud, of course, with St. Cloud Cathedral. That place has produced some really good hockey players. Nate Schmidt is the main one that comes to mind from your school, a defenseman, Stanley Cup champion, ho hum.
Yeah, I brought the cup back to St. Cloud this summer. It's great to see it.
Oh,
big outing for that. So that was great to see the.
Did you touch it?
community come around. No, I did not.
Okay, you're waiting until you get your time to do it.
Yes, hopefully.
Did you grow up a Wild fan then?
Yes, I did.
Are you still a Wild fan?
Yeah, big signing with Kirill.
How does that work? By the way, he's paid more than Connor McDavid's going to be paid. That makes zero sense to me.
I don't know. Yeah. Well, I've said it in the locker room 1,000 times. He's easily a top guy in the league when he's playing.
Yeah, and
he's leading the league in points until he got hurt. So
yeah, Kirill's a heck of a hockey player. And you being from Massachusetts, are like, how big is college hockey? Where you're like, I mean, the Minutemen, the UMass Lowell, of course. How big is it out where you're from?
Yeah, no, it's pretty big. Like me and my buddies this summer, or not this summer, sorry. during the winter, we went to a Northeastern BU game. It was fully sold out. It was
Okay.
packed.
Would that have been the Bean Pot or?
No, it
Okay.
wasn't. But games get packed. Like, it's rowdy in there.
How, for those of you that don't know, the Bean Pot is a big college hockey tournament that they do with a lot of the I think it's Northeastern, BU, BC. Is there one more?
Yes, there's one more.
It's not. I'm looking it up now because I can't remember off the top of my head. But they play it at the TD Garden where the Boston Bruins play, and it's a phenomenal thing that you get to experience. Boston College, Harvard, Northeastern, and Boston University. So Harvard, and we've got a couple of Harvard commits on the team. De La Salle, of course, a little bit banged up in Cedar Rapids, but and then Malkasian as well is Harvard commits. Talk about, like, that's Harvard scholarships to go play college hockey. Like that's student athlete to say the least right there, and for those guys.
Yeah, definitely.
So coming into this stretch of the season, 2 games against the Capitals, a team that we have played once this year already. Of course, we opened our season against them. Bad thing for us, though, is they have Caleb Heil back. He was not with them when we were in Pittsburgh. He was playing preseason games for the Tampa Bay Lightning. So their goaltender will be back, just reigning USHL goaltender of the week. What's kind of the mood in the locker room coming into this series? You know, not even midweek yet. It's only Tuesday, but what have you guys been feeling?
Yeah, I mean, definitely we kind of know what we're looking at versus them after we played them out in Pittsburgh. But I think we've come around a little bit more than how we played out there, especially after last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We showed some good glimpses. So I'm excited. It's going to be a good series.
Yeah, for sure. Kind of just building off of last week and like the good things we did. I mean, we've definitely seen like a good amount of progress with the team, and kind of just becoming more consistent throughout the game, with the highs and lows. So yeah,
a lot of highs, a lot of lows, and just a whole lot of consistency is what we saw specifically this past weekend. We saw the Stars be able to play to their strength, throw body around, throw shots on net at points as well. Penalty kill really good this past weekend as well for you guys. It's so early in the season. It's hard to really kind of keep a magnifying glass on everything. But what is kind of the overall mood in the locker room right now? It's an 0-5 start at the end of the day, but it doesn't feel like you guys are playing 0-5 hockey.
No, yeah, like we know, like we're right there. It's within reach, and it's going to come around soon here. And we're hoping to make it happen this weekend. So,
how are the veterans kind of keeping you guys with kind of stay the course mentality?
Yeah, no, they've been staying super positive, not getting too down on ourselves, the team, just kind of keeping the overall team around and good.
How have you guys enjoyed? I don't know when you guys fully got to Lincoln to, be able to enjoy the sights, Memorial Stadium on a game day, that kind of thing. I know you guys, I think you've caught a Husker game at Memorial before, haven't you? Both of you? Have both of you guys?
Went,
okay.
Yeah.
What was your guys' experiences with that?
Yeah, no, it's definitely a great spot. My brother actually went to school here.
Really?
For a year, yeah. So I came down when I was a little bit younger and came to a game, and it was sweet. And then last year I ended up going to a game, and then this year me and Brady and a couple other guys went, and it's a great atmosphere and just a great college town too for sports.
What game did you guys come to watch?
I think they played at Akron.
Yeah,
I was at that one too. This was like 60-something to nothing or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I don't remember it off the top of my head. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to wrap up Outside the Box right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Load up on meat and more this spring at The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese, with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Hey, Husker fans, Max 10 is turning up the excitement this season. They're giving away a pair of Husker volleyball tickets, and every time you tan, you're entered to win. Experience the 2025 season tour featuring high-pressure tanning, rejuvenating red light therapy, and flawless spray tanning, all for just $20.25. Look good, feel amazing, and cheer on the Lady Huskers in style. Max Tan, take it to the max.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through October 12th, enjoy 6-ounce USDA choice bacon wrap filet mignon for $9.99 each. 10-pound tubes of 85% lean ground beef, $4.99 per pound. All natural, thick cut, bone in pork chops, $1.99 per pound. And Miller Lite or Coors Light, 24 packs, $17.99 each when you buy 2. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Hi, Sean Callahan here, and I've got some great news for you. Copple Chevrolet GMC is proud to be the #1 fastest growing GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln metros. Copple is also celebrating its 50th anniversary. We want to say thank you to all of our customers that have helped us reach these milestones. So come see why so many customers, including myself, are choosing Copple Chevrolet GMC for their automotive needs. Please check us out at copplecars.com.
Imagine hitting rewind on your life 10, even 20 years. With testosterone therapy from Limitless Male, you can turn back the aging clock and get your edge, energy, and confidence back. If you've lost your drive, sleep deprived, muscle loss, belly fat, irritable, you're not the guy you once were. Get your T levels checked at Limitless Male. More and more men are realizing hormone replacement can turn back the clock. Schedule your free consult at limitlessmale.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier power sports dealership. Get geared up for savings like you've never seen before during Elway Days. Their biggest sale of the year runs October 14th through the 18th when every red tag machine is priced at invoice plus $300. That's it. No freight, no setup, no extra fees. Don't miss out on these epic savings. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered all under one roof with a large selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, motorcycles, and personal watercraft at their 27th and I-80 location.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Intermission is over. Get back on the ice with Outside the Box on 93.7 The Ticket. Here is your host, Alex Bird.
Almost time to wrap up here on Outside the Box on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Alexander Fern joined by John Hirschfeld and Brady Sloper for these final couple of minutes right here on Outside the Box. Again, the Stars in action this weekend, taking on the Madison Capitals. Games at 7:05 on Friday, 6:05 on Saturday. We've got 2 for $6 Busch Lights and PBR Tall Boys on the tap on Friday. College night, come out to the Icebox. It'll be a great night. Good hockey to be played. Good environment. That's all you guys can really ask for. How much do you guys notice the environment when you guys are playing? I never really get the chance to ask hockey players that because more than anything, I feel like that sport moves too fast for you guys to really recognize it. But like in baseball, you notice the environment. Football, I think you notice it more than anything else. How much is it in hockey?
Yeah, I mean, even last game, like versus Sioux Falls on the home opener, like a couple of those hits or even the goals, the crowd were getting into it. So we had a couple good groups of people there and students, it seemed like. So yeah, it was definitely a good environment.
Yeah, I'd say it's definitely huge, like especially for the team, like on the bench, like there's a big play.
Well, you got them riled up pretty good in the home opener.
Yeah, for sure. But if there's like a big play, the crowd getting into it, like gets the guys into it even more and kind of just keeps them going, you know?
How much is the environment different? And Hirsch, this question is specifically directed at you from going and playing whether that's at the Municipal Athletic Complex where you guys played your high school games to going to the now Grand Casino Arena in the heart of downtown St. Paul.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably like 2-3 games a year at the MAC that's rowdy, but other than that, not too much people come just because, I mean, there's about 80 students in each grade at Cathedral. So it's a smaller school, so that definitely makes it harder. And then people got their own sports and lives going on. So,
but you guys got your student section there at the X though when you guys were there though.
Yeah, well, it would be bigger, but we actually have spring break the same exact week.
Oh
so
man,
we lose almost everybody. It seems like
that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's basically almost just like family members or people who just stay to watch the tournament.
I don't know how familiar you are with Minnesota high school hockey, Brady. You see the videos online of like that place just being packed for those games. It's bonkers to me. It's kind of the same way for Massachusetts high school hockey a little bit, but
yeah, for public school especially, there's definitely some big student sections more towards playoffs. Like I've had buddies that were on my Belmont Hill team that had played public school previously, and they were just talking about how crazy the student sections would be. So yeah, no, it's definitely, I wouldn't say the student sections get as big in Mass. Like at Belmont Hill, we had a pretty decent one most games, but nothing compared to Minnesota.
I don't know if you were probably in the locker room by the time anybody picked up on this, but after your fight against Sioux Falls last week or 2 weeks ago, there was a group of fans that was sitting like, your guys' tunnel to the left of your guys' tunnel. They were doing the Florida State Seminole chant and the next face-off.
Oh, no way.
Like the stadium pulse was going crazy for that. We've got a little bit left. I got to ask you guys, number one, I've asked everybody else this. Who are you guys nominating for next week? Who are the player guests going to be for next week? Don't put me in a tough spot here, though. That's all I ask.
Okay, I was gonna put you in a tough spot, but I'll say Aiden Jans.
Okay,
I'm gonna go with Nathaniel Pedersen.
We're going Nate Pedersen and Aiden Jan. Yeah, Poole. Yeah, Poole and Pedersen. I feel like I don't want to talk to Poole until like I don't know with his facial situation.
It's good now. Yeah,
okay, he's good now. Okay, he sat behind me on the bus to Cedar Rapids, but I didn't hear him say a word, so I didn't want to bug him about that. For those of you that don't know, final preseason game of the season, he takes a stick right up in the mouth. He lost a couple of teeth, had to get stitches. He's still playing in the cage, I think, right now.
Yeah, he said it's going to be a little bit just because he has to let his mouth kind of settle back.
That's unfortunate. Okay, so we've got Pedersen and we've got Jans for this week. Well, this was an easy pick for me this week because you scored, so that we get that number one, and then number two, you're his roommate as well, so it's easy for travel purposes, less having to pay for parking as well. Last question. We're going to get out of here in just a matter of moments. You have anything to say to the fans before we get out of here?
Thank you guys for all the support, and come out Friday. We're going to get a win here this weekend, so be ready.
Yeah, for sure. Be there. It's going to be a good one.
We'll be back in action 7:05 on Friday, 2 for 6 Busch Lights. It's college night also for the PBR Tall Boys. As well, for John Hirschfeld, for Brady Sloper, thank you to Austin Orman, our producer, as well. And for Lincoln Stars head coach Rocky Russo, my name is Alexander Fern. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Outside the Box. We'll see you this weekend on Mixler and Flow Hockey. And we will see you next week on 937 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Stay safe, guys.
Imagine hitting rewind on your life 10, even 20 years. With testosterone therapy from Limitless Male, you can turn back the aging clock and get your edge, energy, and confidence back. If you've lost your drive, sleep deprived, muscle loss, belly fat, irritable, you're not the guy you once were. Get your T levels checked at Limitless Male. More and more men are realizing hormone replacement can turn back